protesters and kids because they don't want to be oppressed by him anymore. So it's very disappointing to see Cenk Uygur saying this. It's so fucking pathetic. Trying to act like there was anything virtuous or noble about the way he died. He probably died like a dog, like all the rest of them. Hopefully they show the kill cam footage and everybody in the whole world can watch it. And you know what they're gonna do? They're gonna watch it and they're gonna laugh because the guy is a joke and now he's dead. And his son is dead, and then all the rest of those people involved are gonna be dead too. That's what's gonna happen. And the world's gonna be a better place. That's the reason why. And so, yeah, was he bombed other Muslims? Yeah, he's blowing up other Muslims, too. It's just so fucking retarded. Anyway, let me go back. I'll look at the other comments, too, over this. Toronto. So this is from earlier today. We didn't even see this yet. So,
I will bring peace to this universe, no matter the cost.
Look at this. Jump just posted a statement on Truth? Okay. Look at that. Holy fuck, that is massive.
I will leave this
and let me go and take a look at it. Truthful. Okay, there it is. Can I just find this on Twitter so I can... Actually, can I just do so? It's not... Here we go.
36 hours. The United States and its partners have... Over the past 36 hours, the United States and its partners have launched Operation Epic Fury, one of the largest, most complex, most overwhelming military offensive the world has ever seen. Nobody's seen anything like it. We have hit hundreds.
I gotta say, knocking out the main guy on the first day, that's pretty good.
To targets in Iran, including Revolutionary Guard facilities, Iranian air defense systems. Just now, it's announced that we knocked out 9 ships plus their naval buildings.
So they just blew up their ships. Yeah, I saw them.
All in a matter of literally
knocked out his entire bloodline.
Iran's formerly supreme leader, Ayatollah Khamenei.
No way. You're not.
I am at your service.
Abdul Bakar Baghdadi is dead. No way he's doing the same cadence.
Ayatollah Khamenei is dead. This wretched and vile man had the blood of hundreds and
probably
even
millions
thousands of Americans on his hands and was responsible for the slaughter of countless thousands of innocent people all across many countries.
Died like a dog.
Last night, all over Iran, the voices of the Iranian people could be heard cheering and celebrating in the streets when his death was announced. The entire military command is gone as well, and many of them want to surrender into saving their lives. They want immunity. They're calling by the thousands. Combat operations continue at this time in full force, and they will continue until all of our objectives are achieved. We have very strong objectives. They could have done something 2 weeks ago, but they just couldn't get there. Earlier today, CENTCOM shared the news that 3 U.S. military service members have been killed in action. As one nation, we grieve for the true American patriots who have made the ultimate sacrifice for our nation, even as we continue the righteous mission for which they gave their lives. We pray for the full recovery of the wounded and send our immense love and eternal gratitude.
Yeah, there was like 8 or 9 people that got wounded.
To the families of the fallen. And sadly, there will likely be more.
Honestly, I am so glad that we have somebody that's not bullshitting. He's right. He is. This is the first time that we have somebody that doesn't bullshit you. Yep, true. That's what happens.
before it ends. That's the way it is.
Well, now that's your takeaway? Absolutely it is, because a lot of people create this false perception that any sort of military intervention, and also, by the way, before somebody says, oh, well, you know, they didn't have to die, what do you think would happen if Iran was just allowed to continue doing things? You know what Iran would do? Iran would continue funding terrorism, and those terrorists would inevitably kill American citizens just like they have been for the last 20 years. The idea that this was an avoidable problem is ridiculous. They have been doing this for for decades at this point. So trying to stop this from happening and then people getting killed, it's a tragedy, but at the end of the day, it's not like the alternative is nothing. This is again, it's a complete false premise.
Likely to be more, but we'll do everything possible where that won't be the case.
The world
But America will avenge their deaths and deliver the most punishing blow to the terrorists who have waged war against basically civilization. They have waged war against civilization itself. Our
like that. True.
resolve, and likewise that of Israel, has never been stronger. America is now, again, the richest, most powerful nation in the world by far. But the only reason we enjoy the quality of life that we do and the freedom and security is we have done things that others are unable to do.
The nukes from the back. The nuclear bomb, that was a big one. No, he's right about this. Is the reason why Americans, the last time there was an American attack on American soil was like probably what, fucking Pearl Harbor or something, right? Unless you're counting 9/11. Like, we don't have to deal with the same shit that other people have to deal with, and it's because we have a really big military. If we didn't have a military, we'd be dealing with that constantly. Military is the only thing that, like, every single other, like, solution to a problem is backed up by the threat force. That is the only real political power on a baseline that matters. The reason why people don't attack America is because of the American military. That's the reason why. It's not because they like pop music or they think Taylor Swift is cool. It's because the American military can find them and kill them.
But it's because of warriors who are willing to lay down their lives to do battle with our enemies. They do battle better than anybody. An Iranian regime armed with long-range missiles and nuclear weapons would be a dire threat to every American.
I don't see why, like, I mean, I think that you can talk about these theoreticals, but I think another factor, too, is that, like, we obviously have a lot of people in the Middle East. We have, like, in October 7th is a great example of this. In October 7th, American hostages were taken by Hamas. Hamas is being funded by Iran. So whenever Hamas takes hostages and they're being funded by Iran, you should look at the actions of the terrorists inside of America, inside of the Middle East, and you should basically say, these are the actions of Iran, because Iran is cutting the checks. Iran is paying them to do this. They are a proxy of Iran. So really, the idea that, well, we can just avoid this or not have this happen, this is impossible. If we're going to do business and we're going to have our citizens and we're going to have trade with the Middle East, we need to make sure that we neutralize terrorism in that area. Like, obviously. Like, they're going to attack, like, they've attacked our boats, they've attacked other boats. Like, this is all money that we're spending. It's a huge amount of money that we're spending dealing with this. So there's not like that. There's not, what I'm trying to really drive home with people is that there's no neutral option. This is a fantasy that's invented by people on Twitter. The idea that you can just simply ignore these people and they're going to go away, we've been trying that didn't work.
We cannot allow a nation that raises terrorist armies
That's not what it is.
possess such weapons would allow them to extort the world to their evil will. Not going to let it happen. Not happening to us, and we're not going to let it happen to others. The United States has the strongest military the world has ever seen. I rebuilt our military in my first term.
So I take it you fully support the war crimes of Trump and his buddy Netanyahu. I'm from Ukraine myself in the Donetsk region. I'm curious to know your take on Russian operation then. if you condemn it, it's a level 99 double standard. I'll pull you up after this. While I'm pulling you up, like while I'm finishing this video, I want you to look up Asmongold Ukraine and then just go through the search results and see what you come up with. And I'll pull you up after I finish this video, okay?
There's never been a military like we possess. And frankly, there's nobody even close, but we are now using that military for good. We want to have it for good purpose. We're undertaking this massive operation not merely to ensure security for our own time and place, but for our children and their children, just as our ancestors have done for us. Many
Ignoring this problem now makes it worse for the people in the future.
Many years ago.
True.
This is the duty and the burden of a free people. These actions are right and they are necessary to ensure that Americans will never have to face a radical, bloodthirsty terrorist regime armed with nuclear weapons and lots of threats. For almost 50 years, these wicked extremists have been attacking the United States while chanting the slogan, "Death to America," or "Death to Israel," or
not a good slogan to have.
Or both. They are the world's #1 state sponsor of terror. We are the world's greatest and most powerful nation, so we can do something about what they do.
Fuck them.
These intolerable threats will not continue any longer. I once again urge the Revolutionary Guard, the Iranian military, police, to lay down your arms and receive full immunity or face certain death. It will be certain death. Won't be pretty. I call upon all Iranian patriots who yearn for freedom to seize this moment, to be brave, be bold, be heroic, and take back your country. America is with you. I made a promise to you, and I fulfilled that promise. The rest will be up to you, and we'll be there to help. Thank you. God bless you to our incredible warriors, and God bless the United States of America. Thank you.
Man, that was a good one. That was actually a good one. Wow. All right, I get it. Honestly, big W. Yeah, that's great. I mean, shit. Like we got to see this a lot more. Best president. Yeah, I'm happy about this. And he did come through for him at the end. He did come through for him. I'm happy about that. And it's great. I'm very, very happy. Now, Keir Starmer also made another statement about I was breathing soda. You should not do that. And we're gonna watch we're gonna watch his update too. This is what Keir Starmer has said. Oh boy. We'll compare this to Trump. Let's get it.
Yesterday, I spoke to you about the situation in the Gulf. Yesterday, I spoke to you about the situation in the Gulf.
This is already sounding like a YouTube apology video.
And explained that the United Kingdom was not involved in the strikes on Iran.
Yes.
That remains the case. Over the last 2 days, Iran has launched sustained attacks across the region.
No way.
At countries who did not attack them.
Because they're a terrorist nation that should be stopped and dismantled as soon as possible. Duh. Obviously.
They've hit airports and hotels
I would knit the
where
dimensions
British
back
citizens
together
are
if it were
staying.
within my power.
This is clearly a
30
dangerous
seconds
situation.
before you attack. Get ready.
We have at least 200,000 British citizens in the region.
I thought that the
Residents,
Globetrots was bonded to
families
your
on
brother
holiday, and those in transit. I ask all our people in the region to please register your presence and follow Foreign Office travel advice.
The battle
Yeah, I'd
starts
say
in
get the
5,
fuck out of there.
4,
I know
3,
this is a deeply
2,
worrying
1.
time, and we will continue to do all we can to support you. Our armed forces, who are located across the region,
You need to stop that
are
vehicle in
also
its
being
tracks.
put at risk by Iran's actions.
Yeah, true.
Yesterday, Iran hit a military base in Bahrain, narrowly missing British personnel. The death of the supreme leader will not stop Iran from launching these strikes.
So what are you going to do about
Their
it?
approach is becoming even more reckless and more dangerous to
The
civilians.
Sorcerer Supreme return. I'm opening
Our
a portal.
decision that the UK would not be involved with the strikes on Iran
A shortcut.
was deliberate, not least.
Pussy! Wow! Dude, y'all, I feel so bad for y'all over in the UK. You've got to deal with this limp dick. This is crazy. Wow. Has there ever been a limper dick? I don't know. This guy's definitely he's one of the worst.
Because we believe that the best way forward for the region and
The best
for
way
the
forward?
world is a negotiated settlement.
It's like you would assume that people like this would have been breeded out of evolution like 30,000 years ago, right? People that had this mentality, that there would have just through natural selection, that like this mindset would just be gone. But somehow they're still around.
I'm ready to put on a show.
One in which Iran agreed to give up any aspirations to develop a nuclear weapon.
Oh, great idea.
All together now.
Why didn't anybody else think of this? Of course. This is brilliant.
But Iran is striking British interests nonetheless, and putting British people at huge risk, along with our allies across the region. That is the situation we face today.
Yep.
Our partners in the Gulf have asked us to do more to defend them, and it is my duty to protect British lives.
Yeah.
We have British jets in the air as part of coordinated defensive operations.
Jesus, man, this is just, God, bro, like, I feel bad for y'all. Like, this sucks. This is like when we had Biden. Like, really? Like, he go up there, you know, jeez, God, wow, it's sad to watch. I know, it's just pathetic.
Which have already successfully intercepted Iranian strikes.
Yeah.
But the only way to stop the threat is to destroy the missiles at source in their storage depot
No way!
or the launchers which are used to fire the missiles.
No, wait. So, wait, are you telling me that in order to stop the missiles from hitting you, you have to stop the missiles from spawning? Just, yeah, that seems like a good idea. Yeah, you just blow up the missile base, and then there's no more missiles. What?
That can't be good.
The United States have requested permission to use British bases for that specific and limited defensive purpose.
Isn't it crazy how terrified he is of alienating his, like, radical Muslim, like, voter base? It's so obvious that's the reason why he's pussyfooting around this. Like, can you imagine if Churchill was here? Like, honestly, we wouldn't have needed to bomb Iran because they would be gone. He would have already blown them up, like, fucking probably a decade ago. It's just, it's so pathetic, isn't it?
We have taken the decision
Real one.
to accept this request to prevent Iran firing missiles across the region.
So they're going to, this is it, they're going to accept the U.S. using their bases so we can help. Jesus, man. That's it? That's all y'all are going to do? Oh my God, what a
killing
loser.
innocent civilians, putting British lives at risk, and hitting countries that have not been involved.
Yeah.
The basis of our decision is the collective self-defense of long-standing friends and allies and protecting British lives.
Oh my God.
That is in accordance with international law
with the amazing Spider-Man!
Jesus, guys, like, this is just...
Hands are
This is
sharp.
bad.
Focus.
This is really bad. I'm so sorry.
I'm opening a portal.
And we are publishing a summary of our legal advice. We are not joining these strikes, but we will continue with our defensive actions in the region.
Why not? Why are you not helping us?
Leave me, darkness.
Like, you're begging us to help you with Ukraine. And now we're sending over all of our fucking, all of our shit to Ukraine. And you're doing this on the context of, oh, well, we don't want to have another appeasement war like Hitler. And now you're not even going to help with Iran? What the fuck, man? Really, he's scared. I know. What a fucking dick. I mean, like, at least France at least comes in and they're helping. They're sending a fucking aircraft carrier over. It's just like the old days, right? You gotta remember, they helped us get rid of them.
And we will also bring experts from Ukraine to give us with our own experts to help Gulf partners shoot down Iranian drones attacking.
Doctor is in.
Great.
I want to be very clear.
I need to hit the
We
ground.
all remember the mistakes of Iraq.
I am ready to put on a show.
Yes, Iraq was bad. That's true. Iraq was bad. Every war now is Iraq.
And we have learned those lessons.
And what lesson
We
is
were
that?
not involved in the initial strikes on Iran.
He's so afraid, man. It's sad.
And we will not join offensive action now.
By the
Why?
eye of Agamotto.
But Iran is
Like, Iran can bomb you. Like, if you're worried about them getting nukes, and you even admitted that they refused to not get nukes, then, like, what are you talking about? How, like, you realize how close you are to Iran?
Don't mess
Like, I would, like, I don't know. Like, I'm assuming Great Britain, UK is probably like what, 2,000 miles, 1,500 miles away from Iran. Like, it's not like, is it 4,000? Okay, maybe it's a little bit closer. It's about 3,000. Okay. It's a lot closer than we are. All right, that's the point.
a scorched earth strategy. So we are supporting
Wait, what? Scorched? Wait, sorry.
a scorched earth strategy in the initial strikes on Iran. And we will not join offensive action now. But Iran is pursuing
Oh,
a scorched earth strategy.
okay.
So we are supporting the collective self-defense of our allies and our people in the region.
Oh, wow.
Because that is our duty to the British people. It is the best way to eliminate the urgent threat and prevent the situation spiralling further. This is the British government protecting British interests and British lives.
Wow. Wow. I just,
Open your eyes.
dude, like,
Reality is
wow.
but an illusion.
That's really, I mean, you gotta be honest. Like, it's kind of impressive whenever you think about this. It is. It's kind of impressive how much of a flop this guy is. I can't even imagine this. Oh my God. What a loser, man. Holy fucking shit. But I guess that's kind of what happens. And I just am amazed that somebody like this is really running Britain. It's so embarrassing. Let me turn this down. There it is. So, yeah, get him out of the UK in action, man. Yes, I know. And can we get him next? I think we're going to have to. Like, I don't want to have to get him, but, like, I don't really see the option besides this. Summarize what he said. Who cares? I mean, this is embarrassing. You never worried about safety of UK citizens before, so why would we trust you now? Yeah, dude, what a loser, man. What an absolute fucking loser. And I'm from Ukraine, and we're so tired of fighting, not only with Russia, but also with our leftists. It's a shame that rightists in Ukraine is an active minority. We stand with the U.S. and Israel, man. Yeah, I know that most people in Ukraine do. I mean, very clearly they do. So this is Keir Starmer. Jesus Christ, what a limp dick loser. I don't even know what to say. And what is this here, if I can pull up the other comments? But, what is this? And full statement from Trump. Let me go back. I'll pull this up. And is this him talking about it too? Oh, he's talking about, yeah, Europe must finally equip itself with real strength, real ability to defend its skies. So even Zelensky, what is this here? And the situation in the Middle East shows how difficult it is to provide 100% protection against missiles and Shahed drones. Even the Gulf countries would have more advanced missile air defense systems than those provided to us so far by our partners, and have them in larger quantities. Not all ballistic missiles are intercepted. There were also Shaheds that air defense in the region had not stopped. And yeah, this is it. I mean, very clearly, that's it. So tired of looking at the camera. This guy, he's a bad guy, right? But yeah, it hurts the planes. It didn't, just nothing, man. Yeah, exactly. It's just, I don't know how this happens. The Iranian regime's reckless use of proliferation of ballistic missiles have been a dangerous threat for decades. Now, President's direction, the forces are eliminating the threat. This is the new stuff. Uh-oh. Here we go. You see there, bro, you just know it's really bad. Yeah, he kidnaps men, dude. I don't know what the details are. I have no idea. I mean, we had a draft, too. So I don't think that's enough. What is this here? Iranian missile scores direct hit in Jerusalem? Oh boy. Wait, what? That's the sky? Oh my god.
Check this out. Check this place out. Enemy in front of us.
Holy shit. This is like the end of like a fucking movie. Wow. What the fuck?
No way!
What the fuck?
No way!
God damn.
Oh my god! Oh my
It's like Cloverfield? Yeah.
By the eye of Agamotto!
Oh my god.
An unseen assassin! Oh my god! Oh my god!
I'll watch it again after I finish this.
Oh my god! Without Spider-Man,
What is the air missiles doing? I don't know.
yo! Enemy in front.
Wow.
Oh my god! An unseen
Oh my god! That's retarded! It actually hit right here.
Oh my god! The amazing
Holy
Spider-Man!
fuck, man.
An unseen assassin!
And you can see how fast it is. Look, watch. There it is. That's not hypersonic? No, it'd be faster. That's not that fast. Wow. And like, bro, this is fans. I would too, bro. Like, that shit's scary. Like, god damn. British Typhoon fighter jet shoots down an Iranian suicide drone targeting Qatar. Well, thank God. At least they're doing something. Tough blow for the Ghost Fleet. In the North Sea, our French Navy helicopters contributed tonight by boarding to the boarding by Belgian forces of a tanker under international sanctions. Well, there it is. Got another one, right? You can just go out and get him.
Yes, actually, oh, this is look how many was in his office every day, and several times.
Sorry, the audio's bad. I'm not going to play it. And yeah, it's just very, very annoying. Yep, Germany, France, and the UK are ready to take defensive action against Iran. Again, like, this should have happened. Like, it's embarrassing that they didn't take offensive action. Really, they should have gone hard on this right from the very fucking beginning. And what is this here, if I can find it? This is from Spain. One can oppose a hateful regime and at the same time oppose an unjustified and dangerous military intervention. No, you can't. At the end of the day, if you have a hateful regime that's making bombs, there is only one solution, and it is military intervention. That's it. You're not going to have a conversation with them. You're not going to sit around and play patty cake with them. You're not going to explain to them why they're wrong for trying to blow you up. That's it. Like you either are okay with the regime or you're okay with the military action to get rid of it. There is no middle ground here. There is no, oh, well, maybe if we just reason with them that just, what are you, fucking 5 years old? Are you retarded? Jesus Christ. Calling for immediate de-escalation, respect for international law, and the urgency of resuming dialogue. Oh my God. This is so embarrassing. Who are these guys? We had conversations for 40 years. Yeah, exactly. Like, these people will spend all day, all night, for years, infinitely talking about a problem, and the problem will just continue to get worse until somebody does something about it. It's so pathetic.
An unseen assist.
Now we really have to enemy tag. All of them.
Hello, I'm Gabriella Power. Well, the world has just changed forever thanks to President Donald Trump. He is by far the greatest president of my lifetime. He has shown so much courage and so much bravery in taking bold, decisive action to decapitate the leadership of the world's greatest sponsor of terrorism. Because of the United States and because of Israel and the bravery of the servicemen and women risking their lives, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei is dead. He's gone. It is such a good thing for this world. It is a day of celebration because the head of this murderous, oppressive, evil regime, as well as more than 40 senior Iranian leaders, they're gone. And right now, celebrations are taking place inside Iran. This is their chance of freedom, something they have been waiting for.
So close. This is your big chance.
Celebrations are taking place right around the world. In Australia, in America, people are taking to the streets. They're saying, thank you, Donald Trump. Here is CNN's report from Melbourne.
Celebration is striking. You got here just a moment after initial reports.
By the eye of Agamotto, born again!
Jumping in excitement, hugging each other, flying, saying,
Power beyond sight!
47 years is this very day, Jessica. This is the reason so many of them have come out here today. I wanted to hear from one of them specifically.
Ionic magic!
Learning that the supreme leader of Iran was dead.
When is the last time you saw people in Israel and Iran dancing on the streets in excitement?
We'll make it to
And when is the last time you've ever seen a country coming
The
out
Sorcerer
and dancing?
Supreme returns.
And a trend has broken out of people around the world doing the Trump dance. We love to see it, and here is the President of the United States confirming and announcing to the world that Ayatollah Ali Khamenei is dead.
We have hit hundreds of targets in Iran, including Revolutionary Guard facilities, Iranian air defense systems. Just now, it was announced that we knocked out 9 ships.
Don't mess with the amazing Spider-Man!
All in a matter of literally minutes. Iran's formerly supreme leader, Ayatollah Khamenei, is dead. This wretched and vile man had the blood of hundreds, even thousands of Americans on his hands and was responsible for the slaughter of countless thousands of innocent people all across many countries.
Incredible moment in history. And let's just take a look at what runs before these runs.
An unseen assist! I'm opening a portal. Watch yourself around here.
And of course, after the Islamic Revolution, women's rights were taken away. They were thrown into prison for showing their hair. free speech was born, people were murdered for protesting. And as we saw at the start of the year, although many lefties and feminists looked the other way, thousands of people were slaughtered as they took to the streets. President Donald Trump promised them that help was on the way. Although it took more than a few weeks to get here, help has arrived through Operation Epic Fury, targeting Iran's ballistic missile system and leadership. Now, this, of course, is going to get ugly over the coming weeks and months, but there is now a power vacuum in Iran, and this is a real chance for regime change. Before I get to some of the unhinged reactions from the left, we have to take a moment to appreciate this operation, Operation Epic Fury, because this again shows that President Trump is playing 4D chess. Although military action was expected, Trump once again pulled off this operation with the element of surprise, a daylight military operation, totally unexpected, striking at the very moment that senior leaders were coming together to discuss plans about what they might do next. And the US and Israel striking dozens of senior leaders, taking them all out at once. Absolutely brilliant. Well done.
We are the world's greatest and most powerful nation, so we can do something about what they do. These intolerable threats will not continue any longer. I once again urge the Revolutionary Guard, the Iranian military, police, to lay down your arms and receive full immunity or face certain death. It will be certain death.
You'll need a top-notch team to win this one.
So, Minister of Defense, dead. Head of the Supreme Military, dead. Advisor to the Supreme Leader, dead. Commander of the Revolutionary Guard, dead. And Chairman of SP&D, dead. Former Chairman, dead. The head of the Intel, dead. That's it. They're all dead. Wow. And senior defense officials tell Fox News the United States agrees with Israeli assessment that Iran's Supreme Leader, Ayatollah Khamenei, is dead, along with 5 or 10 other top leaders in the Iranian government who are all meeting at... So wait a minute. Are you telling me that we just waited for them all to get into one building and then we just blew up the building?
You commune with ancient gods once in a while, right, Doc? On occasion, but to serve as one's avatar must be exhausting.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't comment.
All right, finally. All right, go.
Perhaps a divine exorcism.
Just AoE farming them.
4,
Yes, exactly.
3, 2,
So they're just sitting around. So that means that, you know what's funny is that means that we were tracking every single one of them the entire time. This entire thing where they thought that they were getting away with it and, oh, well, they're not going to be able to find us and everything. We already knew where all of them were the whole time. The moment that they all got together, we blew them up. Wow, just like you said? Yeah, just like I said. I said this, and that's the way it is, right? Roaches, check it. I told y'all. Red alerts in Israel, why didn't Allah save them? Because probably the reason why is that if there is some afterlife, they're going to get sent to hell. These people are horrible, oppressive demons. Any sort of sensible good afterlife would send these people to hell. Like, they're going and killing their own people. They're enabling rapes and murders in their own country. They're massively oppressive. They toured the entire country, 80 million people, into poverty and a total shithole. Where the country used to be great, yeah, they're probably not getting their 72 virgins. They're not. Why the fuck would they? They don't deserve it. They're assholes. They're getting 72 demons. Well, no, they are the 72 demons. And so anyway, that's what's happened. And here we go, Kuwait's Ministry of Defense. And what is this here? Subjected to another Iran? Oh, another drone attack. Here we go. Wow.
Good medicine.
Oh. Uh-huh.
Destroy these rocks where you find them.
us against the world.
72 Griffiths? Yeah. Then to get fucked in the ass. Logic takes you to the finish line. Called another one. Well, of course, right? This is why I always get it right. The reason why I always get it right is I'm logical. Most things behave according to logic. Occasionally, they don't. But most things work and they function according to logic. And that is the bottom line. That will always be the bottom line. They think they're getting their 72 virgins, but they're actually getting They're actually getting 72 incel Star Trek fanboys. Yeah, that's about right. And most humans, Roy, at least, yes, most humans function this way. Iranian one-way attack. Oh, here we go. In the direct hit earlier on the U.S.'s Navy's 5th Fleet headquarters. Uh-oh. There it is. Oh, what's this? Boom. Wow. Wow, good job, guys. Good job. And there it is. And getting 72 Redditors. Yeah, 72 hogs, exactly. Yeah, wow, they blew up one boat. Yeah, not so good. Rockets in Tel Aviv. Well, I haven't seen that at all yet. And pack watch.
And then I'm like, this baby motherfucker better not blow up by nuclear shit, or I'm gonna go look on this bitch. And then he blows up all my nuclear shit, and I'm like, call my generals. And they tell me, they're all dead, sir. And I'm like, assemble the army. And they're like, they're dead too, sir. So then I'm like, launch the friggin' missile. And they're like, sir, they're gone, sir. So I'm like, what the fuck? And then I'm like,
oh no, fire the missiles, yeah. These are really good. Haters will say it's AI. Yeah, there it is. And this is his compound, right? That's where he was living. And now it's, there it is, close to the base, the U.S. Navy's fleet. Footage of Iran's Supreme Leader's corpse has been shown to Prime Minister Netanyahu. Oh, man. Well, there it is, guys. And several off-ramps I can go, but what does Trump say? President Trump told Axios in an interview on Saturday that he has several off-ramps for Operation Epic Fury against Iran. I can go long and take over the whole thing, or end it in 2 or 3 days and tell the Iranians, see you again in a few years if you start rebuilding your nuclear and missile. I'll see you again. All right, well, Trump said in a 5-minute phone interview, in any case, it will take them several years to recover from this attack. Yeah, well, there it is. Explosion in Tel Aviv now. Well, let me see this. Is this it here?
Disappearing.
I think it could be it. Let's find out.
It was just a few moments ago that we were seeing and hearing some of those interceptions on this shot. So what we're going to do is try to keep this up on the screen for you as well as we're diving into this new information. But I do want to reset for folks who are at home, who have been watching with us. Maybe you haven't been watching in the entire time as we've been getting these minute-by-minute updates, but just joining us here on Live Now from Fox. It has been reported by the Associated Press and Fox News both saying that the Iran's supreme leader, Khomeini, is now dead. And so this comes after those strikes initially happened in the overnight hours that were brought on by President Trump in a joint operation with Israel. I do want to put this up on the screen. And about the last 30 minutes or so, we saw this come down from the White House on their X account, releasing the first pictures that we're seeing of President Trump in the Situation Room.
There's Marco Rubio right there next to him,
where he was stationed.
That's right.
Watching this and calling for this underway. They're calling it Operation Epic Fury. In that shot there, you can clearly see President Trump is joined by Secretary of State Marco Rubio and other members of his council, including Susie Wiles, also sitting there alongside him. We've been watching and hearing how all of this is unfolding. It was announced a bit earlier today that we heard from the White House that Vice President J.D. Vance did monitor these strikes in the Situation Room at the White House. So he was not there at Mar-a-Lago, according to sources that were speaking under anonymity with the Associated Press. They say that he dialed into a conference line with Trump and the team at Mar-a-Lago to discuss the situation. Vance was also apparently joined by U.S. Secretary of Energy Chris Wright and Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, as well as the Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, as well. Meanwhile, a second person familiar with the situation said that the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Dan Kane, was also at Mar-a-Lago on Saturday, as we're still seeing these initial photos now coming into our newsroom. So behind the scenes here, we're going to still work on getting our next guest up and ready for you here.
Let's see if I can find somebody saying about there being attacks in Israel.
And we're going to be talking with him in just a few minutes, hopefully asking him, taking the opportunity to pose your questions that you've had at home. As we have them at home for us here on Live Now as we watch this.
If y'all have a
as we're watching it alongside this update coming in. I'm going to go back to this live look that we have there in Israel over, over just the skyline of Jerusalem, where just a few minutes ago we saw some of these missiles going off and being intercepted by the Iron Dome. But it's not just this we'll be watching, as we've been speaking on. In just a little while, we're going to be hearing from the United Nations calling for this meeting that's set to happen at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. We potentially could, again, get some remarks before. There is a podium that's set up to the left-hand side of your screen that's not in this shot at this moment. And we'll see if we get initial opening remarks to that before the Security Council meeting begins in just a little while. In the meantime, though, if you missed it, President Trump did give a full address, speaking just an hour or so after.
I might just take this a second. We're going to look at this. More celebrations in Tehran following Khomeini's death. This is in Tehran. Damn. Damn. Oh, we got. Oh, let him know. This the live feed? Yeah. They happy as hell. I got a. Hashtag pack watch, that's right. What I missed? I mean, honestly, not much. Not much, just us destroying Iran's government. Getting rid of them. Getting rid of the fucking terrorists over there, obviously. And this is the gotta run the shelter. So they did have a shelter warning. The ballistic missiles, these are Iran's ballistic missiles coming to Israel, okay? Here it comes. You ready? Where oh, man. Oh, God. Not so good, huh? Let's see if they got another one going on. Oh, here. Oh, this is live. It's live. Holy. Someone clip this. God damn. So they just going poof. Yeah. Has a single one actually touched down? Apparently our F-35 just shot down a bunch of jets they launched. Why would they even do that? Like, I feel like at a certain point you have to know that it's over, right? Like, you have to have some sort of an idea that it's over. Like, what are you even thinking about? I mean, yeah, just take the L, guys. Just stop. This doesn't have to happen. Has a single one even hit? For these fanatics, it's too easy to go to death. I guess. Oh, here's one. Oh. Uh-oh. Here it is. 68 IQ moment. The funny thing is that the Iranian people are actually, like, really smart. Like, they have, like, some of the highest average IQ in the whole world. Like, the Iranian people, you can look this up and you'll see it's obviously true. So somehow, I don't know how this has happened, but the Ashes of Creation lawsuit has just actually gotten a lot more serious. Here we go. Let's watch it.
Because everyone is suing everyone. Maybe I'll even sue you, the viewer, just for the hell of it. 'Cause today, it's time to find out about what's up with Ash's creation and how it imploded. Things have gotten much messier over the last few weeks. Intrepid, we're supposed to have a live stream on the 13th of February to showcase the future.
Oh yeah, whatever happened with that? I guess it didn't happen.
Of the game, but there was the slight problem that everyone working there was laid off with no pay or no severance. What people want is clarity on what happened. People have not gotten that, but what we have got, loads of lawsuits, and a hell of a story for us to go through today. Staff are suing Intrepid, investors are planning suits against creative director and former CEO Stephen Sharif, and Sharif himself has delivered on his promise, because he's also brought legal action against the people he claims have stolen the company from him in a
Wow. So he's suing, holy shit.
multi-year scam designed to end with them being on top. Quite a lot. Now, these are freshly filed suits, and they only reflect the events and the opinions of each plaintiff, right? So it reflects what they want to put forward. You need to remember that everyone is going to make themselves look good, and the people that are suing look awful. That's how these things go. So today, we're actually not discussing reality. We are discussing allegations. And boy, are there some damning allegations to discuss. Let's begin with the staff. And the good news is, this is the most clear-cut bit of legal action. As early as February 4th, laid-off developers were filing class action lawsuits arguing that Intrepid broke the WARN Act, issuing notices, and then immediately firing everyone. Their demand
Seems like that was true.
Unpaid wages, severance, and the lost 60 days of notice, plus a ruling that the layoffs were illegal. The question then is who bears responsibility. And this is where everyone else's lawsuits come in.
It's nobody's fault, right?
The employee bit would really be the clear-cut one. Now we're going to get into murky waters. But I've actually got a quick update to your EDC first, thanks to Ridge, today's sponsor. Now, they've been my go-to wallet for years now. I use the wallet, I use the key case. I love my key case in gunmetal and in leather. They're gorgeous. And they've also leveled up. Now with the Ridge 2.0, which is lighter, it's more modular, and it pairs with their new tracker card. It's of course Wi-Fi compatible with a nice 95 decibel ringer, and it's wirelessly rechargeable. Losing one's wallet sucks. With this, it won't happen again. And since we won't
I've had the same wallet since 2003.
Using a Ridge wallet, it's good they've now launched their built-for-life warranty that covers damage, loss, or even stolen gear. It's kind of unheard of. And on top of that, the big news is their anniversary sale is now live, up to 40% off everything, and they have new colorways, which are some of their best yet. There's iridescent, forged fetty, and ocean light. And if you've been waiting for a reason to pull the trigger, this really is the time. Between the wallets, the power bank, the key case, everything they do Ridge is basically just my EDC at this point. You'll get up to 40% off with a 99-day money-back guarantee and a lifetime warranty at ridge.com/Belial. Just head to that URL, go sort yourself out. Or, you know, gifts. Really good for gifts. Thanks to Ridge, responsible. A company called TFE Games Holdings LLC sued Stephen Sharif and his husband John Murr on February 9th, as spotted by Theory.
I didn't know this at all.
Who's doing fantastic work surfacing all of this as it happens. So, TFE now owns Intrepid and the assets of Ash's creation, and they claim that Sharif has actively withheld documents, passwords, and more, breaching his fiduciary duty to the company and to the board. And this is apparently why staff haven't been paid and why the warrant obligations are not being met, because they quite literally can't get to the funds. And on top of that, Sharif allegedly did not warn the board about a $3.5 million credit claim on incoming Steam revenue.
That's huge. So he didn't say that because there was. I'm assuming that there was a credit claim that they had from the bank that basically didn't do that.
And also alleges that between $10 and $20 million of the $130 million raised for Ash's creation are unexplained, unrecorded, quote, misappropriations. And then there are the loans. About $362 grand to Sharif, $6.7 million to Murr, and $4.86 million in undocumented.
Wait, defendant Sharif made or caused to be made certain unauthorized transfers to himself totaling $4.8 million with no documentation or indication that such transfers, whether such that such transfers, whether such transfers were a loan, salary, fee, reimbursements, shareholder distribution, or gift. The, quote, Sharif transfers.
In personal transfers to Sharif and 8.5 million to purchase a property that was then sold with the loan never being repaid.
What
so,
the fuck?
That's a lot of allegations.
Sold the property for $8.5 million and never repaid the company?
It seems there's a lot of money moving around with record keeping that doesn't adequately explain it. So, TFE are demanding repayment of outstanding loans, plus the documents they legally believe are theirs, going so far as to get a temporary restraining order that would compel turnover and prevent deletion.
Jesus!
By the law. And much of this aligned with a viral video from YouTuber NefisQS, who was approached by investor Jason Karmanis. Now, Karmanis is not currently named in any of these lawsuits. He's just providing evidence and his account of events. Now, he claims that he introduced Stephen Sharif to Robert Dawson, a major backer, and helped secure the funding that led to Dawson contributing $80 million in total. Because, well, money follows money. If you're going to contribute a lot of money, it will certainly look good if others have done similar. But in a way, that's the boring numbers. What's more engaging is that this was an hour of sweary, very angry conversation, including calling Sharif and Noor, quote, insane pathological narcissists. So there was no love lost between...
Let me read this. Stephen and his husband John stole money out of the company and paid a certain amount of money a year salaries each, plus paid for their San Diego house when they purchased with investors' money after John took out the deposit on his San Diego home. All I can say about Stephen and John is that they both had insane pathological narcissists that convinced people that they were fucking ballers with mega millions in the bank when he had not put one penny into the company. So all this shit about him putting all the money into the company is 1,000% false and a lie. Oh my God.
Sharif and Noor, quote, insane pathological narcissists. So there was no love lost between Karmanis and Sharif. However, allegedly there are millions of dollars lost. This is stuff lost to him based on personal investments, while he's claiming that Sharif never invested a cent of his own money. Karmanis claims that Sharif and Noor paid themselves $500 grand a year and alleges that Sharif's warning to Commerce West Bank was to protect the loan on their home by ensuring that the steam revenue couldn't be used for staff payroll. So that would be the kind of stuff in the steam revenue. If true, that's quite wild, isn't it? Now, he claims to know this because he says he's got data, and Karmanis shared financial documentation and personal text.
The next $1 billion game? What is he saying? The next $1 billion game I'm announcing tonight? Oh my God, you get an early sneak peek.
Text with NefisQS showing a total debt for Intrepid somewhere between $100 and $140 million. Now, the texts mostly show two businessmen trying to convince each other to invest or to pay back loans, with Karmanis becoming increasingly hostile as it begins to become clear that he's not getting his returns.
Yeah, you can see very clearly, well, I guess, okay, that's all on one day.
But there is one person who we haven't heard from yet in this story.
Is the guy
and that is, of course, Stephen. When we last left this story, it was with a promise from Stephen Sharif. He intended to file legal action and hoped that that would give everyone, quote, better understanding of what happened. And as of Valentine's Day, he's filed as well. Now, Sharif is suing Intrepid and their current board, led by Robert Dawson, plus Dawson's company, TFE Games Holding, which now controls Ash's creation. He's suing to stop them from selling the IP and the assets, to undo the foreclosure that transferred ownership, and to remove the board entirely. And here's his account of how things got to this point. It begins, of course, with the 2017 Kickstarter, and we learned that Intrepid was running on debt from day one. That basically means investor loans that would convert to equity or would have to be repaid. Now, Sharif...
I feel like that also could, it could make it seem like that, if there's like a lawsuit for the other investors, and he's misleading people, telling them that he invested into it himself, and if that's actually not true, like, I feel like that's kind of a really big deal. That's a huge
but
big
he
deal.
was not a shareholder. and more set on the board. Now, by 2020, they secured a $6 million loan with Commerce West Bank, with Moore guaranteeing that loan and the company's IP being used as collateral. Now, in 2021, Sharif was introduced to Dawson, who then spends the next 4 years putting money into Intrepid. But in 2023, Sharif alleges that Dawson talked him out of selling the game for millions to a major developer, allegedly Riot Games. That's
Riot was going to buy it?
Now that shifted things, and as this account of
that's fucking insane.
Dawson then realized how valuable this game could be, but also that he wouldn't be able to, quote, turn as quick a profit as he had hoped. And from there, Dawson allegedly began pushing for more shares. And the alleged examples are rather striking, demanding a warrant granting 10% of the company for $10 or zero-cost equity options on his debt. Those are, to put it mildly, fairly bold asks. Now, why would Sharif and the board agree to this? Well, the claim here is that Dawson threatened that he threatened to cut off payroll, to sue the company, and to financially ruin Sharif, or even to physically harm him. And Sharif claims that this took a serious personal toll. And I read a quote, "An extreme health crisis, including a hypertensive emergency and acute kidney failure, hospitalization, and vision loss from blood pressure complications, including muscular edema." That is quite horrible. So you can see as we go through Sharif's filing here that it's really quite rough sounding.
This is insane.
Here's where it gets interesting, because in May of 2024 it seems that something happened. But here, the filing is redacted. But it seems what happens is that Dawson ends up in control. He ends up in
This is one hell of a rabbit hole. It sure is.
Largest shareholder, largest debtor, and the person running the finances and the board. He then forces Moore off, appoints a new CFO, and requires Moore to transfer his shares to Sharif. Now, Sharif retains creative control, but the threats then continue. Dawson and his deputies, quote, frequently threatened to harm Stephen and his loved ones physically if Stephen did not comply with his demands.
Wait, what?
And most importantly,
so this guy was threatening to beat the shit out of Stephen?
Dawson secured all of his debt against the assets of Intrepid. But the story is not over, it keeps on going. By September 2024, he's chair of the board, he's directing the CFO to open new bank accounts, and by August of 2025, he has appointed the rest of the board, and Stephen Sharif claims that he is instructed not to publicize this. So, not to publicize anything about the board. Now, that's it.
That is... What the fuck?
September, the board then decides to launch on Steam, and the CFO tells Commerce West Bank that the income from this Steam release will cover their outstanding balance.
I thought it was like millions of dollars.
Sharif's central claim here is that all of this was deliberate, that Dawson was engineering a default so that TFE, his company, could seize the assets that he had just secured his debts against. And here's how that plays out. Valve refused to use the new Dawson-controlled accounts for payouts. Then January has things speed up, where on the 7th, Dawson then moved the beneficiary of all of his debts to TFE, the other company. On the 14th, he tells investors he has a plan to fix the debts, to foreclose on Intrepid, and to secure enough capital to release Ashes of Creation September 2026.
September? Yeah, fucking right. Oh my god, there's no way that would have happened. So basically, this guy took a bunch of investment from this person, and then he got browbeat into giving this person more power, and then this person made them put the game on Steam because they thought that it would speedrun them being able to basically recover their assets and their money back. I mean, I don't know. I mean, like, again, all this this is what Steven's saying, right? So who knows?
It's likely the original plan to lay off most of the staff and to continue development that we've discussed in the previous coverage of the story. Now, Sharif then supposedly spoils this, where on the 15th, he tells Commerce West Bank what's up, and they issue a default statement on their loan. Dawson then follows through on the 16th. Intrepid defaults, and all the assets go to TFE via a quote, private sale with no notice given. Sharif then resigns following multiple attempts to stop all of this, and he claims there was a...
Crazy that happened in January. I feel like that happened like 2 weeks ago. Shit just happens so fast now. Like, I feel like all the time there's like news, like crazy things that are happening constantly, like every day nowadays.
board meeting on the 30th that had witnesses suggesting a plan to make him the fall guy, and this plan was already in the works because the CFO had filed false documents with the California registry, and those are the documents that we showed you in our last video. Now, the warn notice is then filed on the 31st. Staff are all axed on the 2nd. Sharif alleges that this was because the $5 million that Valve were meant to send for early access sales was in fact intercepted by Commerce West Bank because Dawson did not control those finances. Valve then suspended trading with Intrepid on...
Imagine them having Steam having to deal with this shit. Oh my god.
Third, TFE
imagine them trying to like steal the money from each other.
Get access to the game, and they're doing that.
I mean, I don't know. Like, again, this is one of those things where it's like, I bet everybody probably engaged in an element of bad faith behavior. Who engaged in more bad faith behavior? Who really is the worst bad actor? That's up for the courts to decide whether fraud was committed or anything else. Like, that's not that's out of my pay grade. I have no idea.
Whilst they're trying to line up hires for it. As for Stephen Sharif's defense, well, he denies all the accusations of misleading investors, misappropriating funds, the whole lot. Of course, TFE and at least one of his other investors disagree with that. And thus far, in this video, we have seen the core arguments from the core parties. You have to remember, this is people's charitable accounts of themselves and uncharitable accounts of all the other people in the situation, because everyone is ultimately trying to win their lawsuit. And that means you should treat these as narratives that people are putting out there, and we just have not went through the full legal process to untangle what is actually happening here. And of course the hope is that that legal process would actually be useful. And that would be because of things like the discovery process, where documentation is...
I mean, if they go through the text messages and the communications, like, this is over. Like, they're going to immediately figure it out. And I think that it could be a case where, like, really, it's a case where, like, there are no winners, right? There's just, like, who loses more.
Legally required.
It's a good chance
to be handed over. Now, with that said, let me boil this all down into the core stuff to remember about what's going on with this game. The common thread here is kind of simple. It's that Intrepid was a company that just kept wheeling and dealing to keep its lights on right up to the very end. And from the framing of Karmanis and Dawson, they are heroes who try to salvage the game from, quote, insane pathological narcissists who would have never released anything and I suppose would have kept flipping off funds from the game into houses and lifestyle and all that. From Stephen Sharif's perspective, he is the victim of an abusive group of investors who schemed for years to benefit themselves at the expense of the developers, the players, and of course, himself.
Yeah, I thought about messaging Steven and being like, bro, like, I'm sorry to see what happened with the game, but like, honestly, this stuff is just like, it's just been like so complex, I just like assumed he wouldn't even reply. I was gonna be like, sorry to see what happened with the game. You know, I think that we were all pretty excited. Paramount? Yeah, here it is. Paramount has won the bidding war for Warner Brothers. After Netflix withdrew, saying that the deal was no longer financially attractive, Paramount will now own the... Holy shit! Let me go and find it. Paramount wins. This is huge.
Story seems to have more twists and turns than an Agatha Christie novel. Just when you thought it was all over, along comes a last-minute play to completely change the game. It seemed like only yesterday I was reporting on the sale of Warner Brothers to Netflix after an intense bidding war with Paramount in a $100 billion mega deal that seemed to signal a shift in the balance of power in Hollywood.
Definitely.
The beginning of the end for both the studio system and the theatrical release model, as all the major players were slowly being gobbled up and absorbed into the streaming giants. But then Paramount took a look at the situation and decided... Maybe so, sir. But not today. and promptly upped their bid to a frankly ludicrous $111 billion, at which point Netflix decided, yeah, fuck that, bro, we're out. And just like that...
Man. So now Paramount's buying them out.
Paramount had pulled victory from the jaws of defeat, seeing off Netflix in an exercise of raw financial power.
They just brought in the money.
What the hell does this even mean for the future of filmmaking, theatrical releases, and the massive slate of IPs and divisions under the Warner Brothers umbrella? Because let's not mince words here, Paramount now control a pretty massive slice of the media landscape.
Yeah, look at this. They own like Harry Potter, Game of Thrones, Lord of the Rings, SpongeBob, Transformers. Holy shit. This is all under one company. Oh my God.
Not just entertainment,
Mission
IPs,
Impossible,
movies, and TV shows,
Mortal
but
Kombat,
news
Star
networks
Trek,
as well. What are they going to do with all this power and influence?
Oh no.
Well, to answer that question, you should probably consider the man at the top of this particular pyramid, David Ellison, the billionaire owner of Paramount Skydance and the son of Larry Ellison, the world's third richest man with a net worth of almost $250 billion.
This guy's worth 250. Damn, bro. Like, so they just went in there, put their dick on the table, and they just bought out Warner Brothers. Holy shit. God damn. Yeah.
Fuck. Ellison started in the industry by founding Skydance Media back in 2006 with nothing more than a little elbow
TikTok
grease,
too?
some can-do attitude, and yes, a massive infusion of money from his dads. What can I say, man? Having the world's third richest man as your father probably has a few perks.
It sure does, yeah, lucky guy.
Anyway, fast forward a couple of decades, and David was keen to expand his business empire, and one quick and efficient way to do that was to buy out the struggling Paramount Pictures, which was the studio equivalent of a fixer-upper. It had lots of valuable IPs and networks under its control, but years of bad decisions and corporate restructures meant that it no longer had the resources and confidence to exploit them.
What a
That's
surprise.
great and all, but you might think that the FCC would have a thing or two to say about such a huge merger of corporations.
Nope.
Especially when it comes to news channels like CBS on the line. Not to worry though, because as it turns out, David is good pals with the man in the White House, and I
very convenient.
Kind of like to imagine the conversation played out something like this.
What do you want?
Hey Don, any chance you could lean on the FCC and get them to approve that Skydance merger for me? I sure would appreciate it, buddy.
I don't know about that, Dave. People might have questions.
Well, if you could make this happen, I'll fire everyone at CBS and replace them with people who only say nice things about you.
Consider it done.
Cheers.
It's that easy,
bro. And so approval was granted and the deal went ahead. Paramount became Paramount Skydance and David set his sights on his next target, Warner Brothers. Another studio with a shitload of potential and a ton of IPs that it's mostly too stupid or too incompetent to properly exploit. And funnily enough, another news network in need of, reconfiguring.
Wait, so CNN got bought out by these guys then? Wait a minute, so CNN is under this umbrella? Oh my God, wait. So it's Jesus Christ. DC, CNN, Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon, MTV, Comedy Central, Harry Potter, DC Comics, Game of Thrones, Lord of the Rings, Transformers, Mission Impossible, Star Trek, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Dora the oh my God. They just bought the whole thing. Jesus. The Chud News Network. Finally.
Ahoy there?
Don, it's me again. Listen, you know how you pulled some strings at the FCC for that Paramount merger? Well, I could use your help again. I'm buying Warner Brothers this time.
I don't know if I can do this a second time, Dave.
They have CNN.
We've got a deal.
The upshot of all the
oh, wow, it's easy.
This is that I wouldn't expect too many regulatory hurdles for this particular deal. And if you happen to be a big fan of CNN,
you'll be seeing a lot of changes around here.
But what,
man, so CNN in 1 year has gone from just being like a terrible, like, so basically CNN has crashed out so hard. They now have basically a partnership with a gambling company, which is Kalshi. And then now they're being sold to a company. Oh, dude, it's so over.
What does it mean for the entertainment side of things, which is what we're really interested in here? Well, based on Ellison's previous work as a producer for Skydance, it's not difficult to see where his creative sensibilities lie.
Yeah.
He's very much an action guy, with a heavy lean-in towards male-driven properties with traditional heroes, and how can I put this? I don't think he's exactly a big fan of the message. In fact, considering Paramount Plus is rapidly turning into the Taylor Sheridan network, I think it's fair to say this guy sees Middle America for what it is, a potentially huge market that's been badly neglected in recent years, mostly by people who absolutely hate them. Imagine for a moment,
that's probably true, yeah,
if there was a network that catered to their interests.
What?
Now, as you can probably surmise, the prospect of a multi-billionaire with conservative leanings merging two of the biggest...
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like, if this is my outlook for it, right? Is it a good thing that there's a consolidation of all of the media companies under one group of people? No. But I'd rather it be under a group of people that I would slightly more agree with.
Studios in Hollywood together under his personal control went down about as well.
Yeah, there's not going to be any more gay people in these movies, guys. It's over.
Expected with the usual crowds. Oh dear, it's a bit scary when you don't have an absolute stranglehold on modern culture and have to compete with...
See, this is the reason why they get mad.
Other creatives that don't share your particular worldview, isn't it? Pass me the world's smallest violin, will you? I mean, considering Ellison owns Paramount already, his first order of business should have been to nuke Kurtzman Trek from orbit, decanonize every show they've ever sharted out into the world, and have the entire secret hideout team forcibly escorted out of the building.
That's what they should do, honestly. Like, really, like, if they shut down some of these, like, annoying woke shows, and they said, listen, guys, nope, and that was it, I honestly think that they would gain so much support, it would be insane. I don't think that people realize how much resentment there is towards that type of messaging and ideology. I think there are so many people who are just totally fucking tired of it. And honestly, I'm not just speaking for myself. I think there's a lot of people that feel that way.
Fuck it, you can just buy out their contracts if you have to.
Just buy
it's not
them
like
out.
you're short on money. But whatever you do, just get those useless retards out of there. But what about Warner Brothers' other IPs like Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones, Harry Potter, and the entire DCU? Well, I'd be lying if I said I was disappointed they weren't going to fall under Netflix's control. I mean, Jesus, could you even begin to imagine what a Netflix adaptation of Lord of the Rings would look like? We may just...
Dude, it's, again... We are so lucky that Lord of the Rings was made in a time before putting a political message inside of every piece of media was mandatory. We are so insanely lucky that we missed, like, only like 5 or 10 years, and that's it. And you can still go back and you can still watch those movies, and they're just as good as they were back then.
Dodged the biggest bullet in entertainment history. Wouldn't get too comfortable in that Warner Brothers office if I were you, James. Yeah. That being said, I'm not going to pretend that this is an ideal outcome by any stretch, and I don't particularly love the idea.
It's always better for your side to win than the other side. Even though, you know, you could say your side winning isn't always the best thing.
Of independence.
It's the lesser of two evils.
Studios merging together into homogenous mega corporations because, let's be honest, it's bad for competition and bad for creativity. But on the other hand, if ever there was a definitive signal that the age of identity politics and the message has come to an end in Hollywood, I think this just might be it. The great experiment that's decimated pop culture for the past decade is well and truly over.
I don't know if it's over yet, but it will be over. And I think that it will truly be over when you have all of the artists and other types of creative people that get replaced by AI. Because once they get replaced totally by AI, or not totally, but like almost totally, then you're going to have studios that don't have to capitulate and deal with them at all. Because one of the big reasons why these studios have to deal with these people and why they have these messages and stories is because they have to hire people that think like this, because that's the majority of the way the education system generates them. You're wrong? No, I think that's it. It's a huge factor.
Fucking riddance. The only question now is, when can the age of rebuilding begin?
I think it already is.
Anyway, that's all I've got for today.
Yep.
Go away now.
No, I mean, this is a great video. I'll link it to you guys. It just came out, so make sure to give it a like and give it a watch, right? I think that's great. And 100% give him a sub. I watch Critical Drinker all the time. I think he's totally right about a lot of this stuff, and I'm happy to see it. I'm very happy to see it. And what is this here? Marco Rubio, Disney. I'll look at the Iran thing with Marco Rubio, but let me focus on talking about this just for a second. Are you tired of winning yet? No, I'm not. I will be tired of winning when every single one of these shows gets canceled and you have, like, basically the way that I judge whether something is good or not is if it upsets people that I don't like. And if it upsets people that I don't like, then it's good. And if it doesn't upset them, then it's probably not that good. But the moment that all of those people start crashing out and start crying, then I think to myself, oh, wait a minute. This is amazing. I'm happy about this. Drinker's great. Yeah, absolutely. Canceled and deleted from existence. Good metric. Yeah, 100%, man. And that's it. What I feel like Netflix just fleeced Paramount with this whole process. I don't know about that. And yeah, Netflix and Disney are spiritually right-wing. Netflix and Disney Plus are spiritually right-wing. HBO and Apple TV are spiritually left-wing. Paramount is fascist. Expert on all things fake and gay. Yeah, that's about right. Well, here we go, guys. That's amazing. I love it. Disney, what the fuck are you talking about? Again, the people that are inventing this stuff, again, if they're unhappy and they're crying and upset, it means that something good happened. Paramount's bid was backed by one of the richest people in the world, the U.S. government, numerous other foreign governments, and more. This is not Netflix's fault. Yeah, it's so funny how Paramount can keep just resubmitting bids and be told no thanks, but suddenly now there's a deadline for Netflix to make a deal, apparently. That's what happens. Yep, too bad, huh? Wow. That's sad. And make no mistake, Paramount buying Warner Brothers is not a win for the right. However, it is a win for the camp of there would have been so much worse if Netflix owned Warner Brothers. Yeah, it's better than the alternative. I think that's really the biggest difference. IGN has completely crashed out. Oh, geez. What's so sad about this to me is that I've gotten a lot of shit for this, but I actually think that IGN is the best one. And I think IGN is problematic. I'm not a fan of IGN with everything, but at the same time, I think the IGN is it's the best bad one, right? Wrong opinion? Well, like which group, which publication is better than IGN? I think they're better than Kotaku. I think they're better than Polygon. I think they're better than PC Gamer. I think they're better than Eurogamer. GameRanks, GameSpot. I don't really know them very well. I can't have an opinion on that. So maybe you could be right. Donkey? Yeah, true. Well, we're not considering YouTubers. I'm looking at other, like, more mainstream publications. Anyway, let's watch this. 7 out of 10.
Never did I ever think I would see the day that we would see a games journalist crash out on social media and just say...
Really? You never thought that would happen? You never... Really? You never thought?
Quiet part out loud. That they are going to reduce the scores of games in the future if those games do not align with their personal politics or their personal ideology. It's never been said until now. We live in a world with such little accountability and responsibility that what happened to professionalism? Where did it go? What happened to...
People think that their ideology is more important than professionalism, and that by fulfilling their ideology, they are achieving a higher goal. So they throw professionalism out the window because they think that they're justified to do it. That's the reason. That's what happened to professionalism.
Just doing your job. How do you not recognize that when you are in a public forum and you are using the credentials of your employer at IGN, at PC Gamer, in your bio, You are representing that company. You are using their authority that they have given to you, and you are using the engagement that has been afforded to you because of your relationship with them to go out and propagate your ideas and say these kind of things.
I think he actually brings up a really good point with this, and this is something that I agree with a lot, is that a lot of these people, they take the credibility from these companies, and then they use it to enact their own worldview. And I find that to be like, that's very different than like an individual that's sharing their like personal viewpoints on social media. When they're saying that I'm going to co-opt this organization or this group that I'm a part of, and then use it as a tool to push this agenda. That's a big difference.
Reflects on them. That reflects on your fellow writers. You don't care about that.
No.
I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't understand how people can even come to this. I don't understand how they could think that
you just live in an echo chamber of people that always agree with you and nobody ever tells you that you're wrong. So
like
simple.
This is acceptable.
Super simple.
And it makes a lot of sense as to why a lot of people don't find game journalism all that relevant anymore. Because they see that they don't respect their job, they don't respect their fellow writers, and they definitely don't respect their audience. They're constantly trying to attack them. They're pridefully admitting an abuse of power.
Yep.
They're done. It's over. They're cooked. They're crashing out. Today, what we're going to do is we are going to talk about
I feel like they're not even crashing out. I feel like they already crashed, and there's like 3 survivors in the plane crash, and every year one of the survivors lights themselves on fire. Like, that's basically where we're at.
Game journalism insanity, and why the echo chamber that this industry has built for itself is now going to be its downfall. I'm never going to run out of content. But before that, I need to thank you guys, because if it wasn't for the support that you showed during the last Displayed sponsor, well, they wouldn't have come back for a second round, and I wouldn't be able to feed my growing hunger for these texture designs. Look at this thing, dude. It is so cool. Displayed's texture designs take things to an entirely new level with tactile 3D contours and select matte and gloss finishes.
Have Elden
you can
Ring ones.
Feel the details in these. This is not just a poster. This is a piece of art. If you want to be a truly refined human being, you need to have these on your walls. I recently picked up their licensed Magic the Gathering stained glass mana symbol set, and it looks incredible. And there's so much more to choose from pop culture icons like Star Wars and Marvel to gaming franchises like Elden Ring and Warhammer. These posters are unlike anything else. And just like their classic designs, Texture uses that same easy magnet mounting system. No tools, no wall damage. You can swap them in and out whenever you want to. Plus, now they're available in larger sizes, so you can make an even bigger statement on your wall.
If you
For a limited time, you can snag Texture designs.
Here's a fun fact, a little bit of advice with displays. If you have a display and you have an uneven surface, it's not going to be okay. You might think that it'll be okay. I thought it would be okay. Turns out it won't be. Make sure that it's an even surface.
Discount. Click the link in the description below or head to display.com and use my code LEGENDARY at checkout to get the best deal.
I've done it myself.
This offer won't last forever, so don't miss your chance to grab some of these premium designs at an unbeatable price. Games journalism used to mean something. It was supposed to be about keeping players informed, holding developers accountable.
Do you guys remember when I fought this boss and I almost killed it on my first try, and then I proceeded to take another hour in order to kill it?
Exposing bad business practices. Back in the day, if a game sucked or it launched in a broken state, you could count on games media to tear it apart in their reviews. Heck, you were looking forward to it. That's just not the case anymore. Somewhere along the way, they just stopped working for us. Now, instead of protecting players from bad games, they're protecting bad games from players. Protecting studios and developers from their audience, or they
I think that the problem is that there's been a rot that's occurred through game developers and game journalists being intermingled. And you have people that are going in between the industries, and it's causing a lot of latent corruption. And you also have a lot of these people that are interacting with each other and like that are personally friends. And I think when you have that happen, you're going to have biases. There's like a reason why judges recuse themselves from cases. And it's why I generally try to avoid covering drama around people that I'm friends with, because I would be more biased about it.
Fully switched to political propaganda. It didn't happen overnight, but the shift is undeniable. Instead of giving honest reviews, journalists have become cheerleaders for the industry and their own biases and ideologies. Not good games, not for the customers, not for the people that are supposed to be reading these articles in the first place, but for themselves and their own egos. Instead of being our voice, like they used to be before, they started talking down to us, devaluing our opinion.
Gamers are terrible people, and we should stop being okay with it. Now, I wonder why they use the photo of the person that everybody says looks like me. Isn't that interesting? Like, and maybe I'm just reading too much into this, okay? Maybe I am. But man, isn't that a weird fucking coincidence? Wow. You're reaching? I know that I'm like 95% sure that I'm reaching. But I'm 5% sure that I'm not.
Teach those toxic gamers a lesson. The players are no longer customers to be informed, but they are dissidents to be educated. You've seen the headlines, you can feel the vitriol, and it's led players to believe that they're alone. They're on their own. Nobody's fighting for them. Nobody is in their corner. And those who used to be an ally, those who used to share their perspective, have tried to take control of our beloved hobby for their own self-serving goals. Outside of a handful of journalists, I've just reached the point where I cannot trust game review scores anymore. Dragon Age the Veilguard was hailed by reviewers. Black Myth Wukong was...
9, bro. A 9. Oh my god. How did you do that?
Character assassinated before it even released. Concord, one of the biggest flops in gaming history. Character assassinated.
Won't stop Chinese nationalist and anti-woke scales. I wonder why there was so much... it's so weird that like this Chinese thing is focused on Black Myth Wukong, but none of these places were really writing articles about Marvel Rivals. Whereas in Marvel Rivals, you have a chat system that actively suppresses conversation. In Black Myth Wukong, it's just a bunch of monkeys. So it's got nothing even to do with really Chinese nationalism. It doesn't even make sense.
Before it even released, Concord, one of the biggest flops in gaming history, had journalists saying that they couldn't wait to play more of it. While game reviews are opinions, they are a service that's provided to both the players and studios to make games better. However, over the past few years, they've begun to read more like personal manifestos than any type of critical analysis of a product. You'd be hard-pressed to find a game review today that doesn't include...
It's like, bro, in like 5 years, it's like, we can play a game. Is this a school shooter manifesto or a video game review? Man, that's going to be a fun game.
Some level of political or social political discourse, either cheerleading a game for pushing forth their beliefs or chastising the players that are saying that they don't want it. Well, journalists have pretended that this bias doesn't actually exist and saying that it's just in our heads. Well, now they let the mask slip. Writer for PC Gamer and IGN, Lena Hafer, the same writer who scored Dragon Age the Veilguard a 9 out of 10, is one of many gaming journalists that are having a hard time dealing with the 2024 election results. After the recent signing, changing the name of Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America...
This is so stupid. It's just so stupid. Really, it's ridiculous. I personally love it. No, the Gulf of America, I just think that I don't really care about that. I don't really, it is ridiculous in a way. I don't really have a strong opinion about it, to be honest. I don't have a hot take about, is the Gulf of America good or not? I don't know. But like, it's just the way that this person reacted is what's really ridiculous.
To write, I'll take a whole point off the review score of any future map games that call it the Gulf of America. You think I'm joking? You think I want to do this forever? I can start some fires on the way.
You think I want to do this forever? Like, as if this is like fucking... It's like this is like, that's what like a fucking prophet in like an old religious book would say. Do you think I want this? Like a lifelong crusade. Yes, exactly.
Try to call my bluff. Nobody has ever let this amount of soft power go to their heads before, as far
as I know. What about China?
I know. Where's the accountability and professionalism? I know that some people are going to make the argument that Lena shouldn't face any repercussions for using their freedom of speech in their off time, saying something on a public platform, but
It's totally different because they're saying that they're going to use their platform as a agent of this company in order to enact their personal worldview. That's a totally different paradigm. It's completely different. So it's not even remotely close.
You have IGN's name and PC Gamer's names in your bio. Showing
protected posts, right, exactly.
You're employed by them.
Yeah.
That's how you got your influence. That's why you have your followers. You know, in construction, we had a project manager that got fired because his company vehicle was parked outside of a gentleman's club. You may be on your free time, but when you're running around doing whatever you want, flying the flag of your employer, you are representing that employer. And it makes them look complicit in your actions.
Isn't it crazy how good this game was? For anybody who played Armored Core, it's actually insane how, like, I think all the time about how good this game was. It's cinema. It was unbelievable, man. But anyway, yeah, of course, that's true. Yeah, you take your fucking, you want to take the company car over to a fucking strip club with a bunch of hookers, then yeah, obviously you've got a problem because you're signing the company up for your problems.
I am sick of seeing developers and journalists representing their company making a fool out of their organization without any consequences.
Yeah, it's embarrassing.
What is going on here? Do they not realize the irony of their soft power statement when they themselves are threatening to use their power as an industry analyst?
Yeah, they're the ones that are using the soft power. Yeah, it's so weird whenever you think about that. And I think also, like, it's the same thing that I said with Avowed. I think that Avowed was like a very middle-of-the-road average, pretty decent game. But there was so much unnecessary criticism and negativity that was leveraged at Obsidian, and I think rightfully so, for employing a person who was actively racist. And so, like, I wonder if these people that are these, you know, revolutionaries, I wonder if they ever realize, like, am I hurting other people whenever I say and do these things?
To penalize and attempt to reduce the sales and impacts of games to hold companies accountable to their self-imposed purity test for something that is now legally named the Gulf of America. These journalists never take the time to self-reflect. They are so...
and it's also, it's just so stupid. It's such a stupid thing to care about. Like, I can understand somebody who's like, you know, you're mad about, like, the way, I don't know, like, for example... Like, you are not willing to sell, like, you don't want a game to, let's say, ignore a genocide, right? Or something like that. Or have, like, some level of historical inaccuracy that's propaganda. I think that's fair. But, like, this is the name of a fucking ocean, basically, of a body of water. It's not even a big deal.
Captured by their own ego and main character syndrome that they are oblivious to the consequences of their actions or how it reflects on their employers. When a games journalist just openly admits that they would punish a game based on their own personal beliefs rather than the actual quality of the product, it confirms exactly what players have suspected for years. Game reviews are no longer about games. They're about pushing narratives, exerting influence, and trying to control the industry. No.
Abso-fucking-lutely. Abso-fucking-lutely. And that's exactly why, like, if you look at games journalism, it is, I would say, less than 1/10 of what it was 10 years ago. That's exactly what it was. This person should be fired. If I was IGN, I would fire them. Because they're using your platform in order to push their political agenda. Like, I would get them the fuck out. Because and fundamentally because it's disrespectful. It's disrespectful for you to think that you're going to come into this company and then use it as a tool to push your worldview.
No wonder they lost their minds when Black Myth Wukong developers wouldn't respond to their allegations because they need that power. They need that influence. They can't have these developers that are stepping out of line. This isn't about one writer having a meltdown.
The Black Myth Wukong thing was very simple. So this is the way that media works, and it's the way that it's kind of like the media racket, where what they do is they assign some sort of problem to a person, or they create a problem, or they identify a problem, and then they basically appoint themselves as the solution or the level of accountability to that problem. So this is why media creates these issues, is because the issues necessitate the media. But if you don't pretend that the issues exist, then the media doesn't need to exist either.
on Twitter, this is an entire framework of modern gaming media. These journalists are trying to shape public perception, to influence sales, and to try to determine exactly what games are considered acceptable to them. And while their relevance is waning, it's still there. And if they're willing to dock points on a review for something as trivial as developers following a legal name change, what else are they willing to manipulate? It opens the door wide to every conspiracy theory under the sun, and it leads me to believe that their beliefs are exactly what have ruined games today. Maybe this is why so many games feel the same, why studios...
I think it is. I am a very much a believer of usually the simplest and the dumbest thing that you can imagine is probably the exact reason why something is happening. No one calling that shit Gulf of America? All right. All right, bro. Like, all right. I am.
Prioritize ideology over creativity, and why we have felt that our needs aren't being met or understood. Because once game reviews stopped being about informing players and started being about teaching lessons, they ceased to be reviews at all. They became propaganda, a system used to exert influence over a medium. How many times have you guys heard, oh, those toxic gamers believing that we're trying to control the industry, ruin their games? You wonder why people don't respect you when you don't respect the intelligence of your audience. You don't even respect your audience at all. Heck, you don't even respect your own coworkers for that.
You don't respect your employee. You don't respect anyone.
Matter when you act like this, when you say things like this. You wonder why you're losing relevance. You are ruining your own industry. You're deleting your own job.
They are.
You know, not long ago, I made a video that was titled, "These game developers are ruining their games." And in it, I showcased a bunch of different interactions of game developers talking down or attacking their audience, espousing their ideologies, political ideologies, social political ideology, whatever it might be, and crashing out, making themselves look like a fool, and by extension, making their employer look like a fool.
What makes people not buy the game? Yeah.
That same issue is happening in games journalism today, if not worse.
True.
What's the saying? Don't talk politics or religion in polite company. That's professionalism. I am here because I'm trying to buy a commercial product.
Yeah, I've always found it to be odd that people say that, because I remember at the government, ironically, we used to sit around. There was like me and like 4 other dudes, and we would just sit around because obviously it was the government, so nobody was working. And so like after like the, you know, like the surge of documents is like kind of over, we're just sitting around for like, you know, 5 hours a day doing nothing. And I remember like one day I asked if we were going to be able to have overtime today, whenever it was like 12, because I clocked out at like 12. And I'm like, can I stay till 4 and you guys keep paying me? And like the manager just like got up and just shut the door in my face. He just didn't want to talk to me. He's like, just get the fuck out of here. And like, to be fair, I was doing it to be annoying. I was. But like, it's just how it is. Go the fuck on me. Get the fuck out of here. No, and I gotta pay you another $50, $100 for this. Costing us millions? Yes. And we used to always talk about politics, and there were never any problems. Nobody ever got mad about this stuff at all. I think it's people that can't control themselves that need the world to be bubble wrapped so they don't end up getting themselves hurt, which is very annoying.
For force feeding information to me that I don't want, nor am I interested in. You know, I talked about this where when the Avowed director started screeching at Elon Musk online, I lost interest in a game that I was otherwise really excited for.
Yeah.
I was looking forward to Avowed. Not anymore. Because why would I be? If you're this unprofessional and messy on a public platform, using your employer's name that's attached to it, using the influence that that company gave you to talk about these things and act that way, well, why would I think that you would be professional at your job? Better yet...
It's a good question. It's a great question. Yeah, if you act like a goofball everywhere else, you probably act like a goofball here too. True.
If you're that ideologically captured, that likely means it's going to reflect directly into your game. And guess what? I don't want to pay to be propagandized.
Yeah.
Who would have thought?
I think people also just don't want to be talked down to, and they don't like being insulted. They don't like being treated like they are the unwashed masses, etc. And I think that when you don't respect the intelligence of your audience, even if you think your audience isn't intelligent, you do lose out on a lot of people.
It's the same for games journalism as it is for games. I do not want to pay you with my attention to be propagandized. I'm here for a critical opinion about a video game so I can make a smart purchase.
Imagine that.
That's what I'm here for.
Wow.
But the only thing that they have continued to do year over year is prove that that is not what they're here to do. They are here to change your mind. Yep. By now, it should be clear to just about anyone that games journalism isn't about covering games anymore. They have tried to shape the industry itself. They don't just report on trends, they are trying to create them. They don't just review games, they want to define what is acceptable for game developers to make. And worst of all, they reinforce each other's narratives to make sure that no dissenting voices can get through. This is how the gaming media echo chamber.
Yeah, they create a set of criteria that everybody else has to adhere to, and then they basically create a cartel with other people that are in the same area as them, and then they try to adhere to this by creating like a apparatus that everybody believes and acts this same way. And this is the same reason why they don't like YouTubers and content creators on Twitch, like me, for example, is that we provide a window around that that apparatus. We're not part of the apparatus, and so we put them at risk, basically. Yeah, monopolize the flow of information. Yes.
Chamber works.
And by the way, the Oscars does this. I think that the government does this. I think that the mainstream media does this. This is not something that is... The reason why I talk about games media is because it's a microcosm of something that is present in a lot of other places as well. It's like one of the easiest examples that you can use, but it's not necessarily the only one.
Operate as independent critics or journalists. They function as a collective, a hive mind of right think, a singular voice for people.
I would use a different word that starts with C. I would say cartel. This is a cartel. These are people that are collectively trying to, push some sort of agenda and negatively impact people financially if they don't follow that agenda. And it's not enough that they think that, it's that everybody else around them thinks that.
Meaning the same talking points, pushing the same perspectives, and shutting down any form of real discussion. Dragon Age the Veilguard is a return to form for BioWare. A return to form for BioWare. A return to form for BioWare. Gone are the days when gaming outlets had distinct voices, perspectives, and approaches. Today, almost every major gaming site feels the same. The reason? Well, most of these guys are owned by the same corporate entities, staffed by the same writers, and beholden to the same ideological framework. Ziff Davis owns IGN, GameIndustry.biz, Eurogamer, Rock Paper Shotgun, and VG247. Geo Media owns Kotaku, The Verge, Gizmodo, and Deadspin. Future PLC owns PC Gamer, Games Radar Plus, and Tech.
I'm not going to complain about this either. I feel like all of these companies, like people are complaining like, oh, it's being monopolized. It's been monopolized. Everybody has the same opinions. Like, you could just combine every single publication into one, and there would be no real difference in messaging. It would all be the same.
Radar. When the same few corporations own nearly all of the biggest gaming sites, you don't get any real diversity of thought. You get a unified, self-reinforcing narrative. That's why our needs are never understood or met, because we do have a diversity in opinion. When players say something along the lines of, we don't want politics in games, they purposefully misinterpret that and start writing articles like, Metaphor ReFantazio's success is further proof that politics are good in games. Actually, no matter what reactionaries tell you.
Jesus Christ.
It's so stupid that it's actually sad. And do you want to know what the really funny thing about it is? The funny thing is that one of the stories and one of the undertones of Metaphor, and I apologize if I'm spoiling a little bit, but I hope that I hope that this won't be, is that the utopia that is apparently that's like being tried for is something that previously existed but wasn't as perfect as people had imagined it. So like all of the high-minded ideas and everything were subverted by that at the very end of the what do you call it? Of the story. So again, this is the same, and what I find to be funny about this is that this is the second self-report that we've had. Because the first self-report was that Black Myth Wukong didn't have any women in it. And this is the second self-report. Now, what do I mean by self-report? I mean that you didn't finish the game. You didn't play it. Because if you had played the entirety of Black Myth Wukong, you would know that there are a number of women in the story, and they play a large role in the story going forward after about like Act 3 or so. But if you didn't play the game and you played it for 5 hours, then you wouldn't know that. It's the same thing as Metaphor. Because in Metaphor, that realization doesn't happen until like the last 5 hours of the game, basically. Even I think less. The Wukong Review said they only played Act 2? Yeah.
You know, hell, I never even covered this, but IGN wrote a 2024 election breakdown and how your vote could impact video games.
Let me guess that one way or another, Trump is the person not to vote for if you like video games. Let me guess.
Presented itself as unbiased. It folded immediately under any scrutiny and showed exactly which way they were trying to sway their audience. Tell me, why is a video game journalist and gaming outlet trying to tell me how to vote? Better yet, did IGN even...
I actually don't find a problem with that. I think that in any sort of an enthusiast magazine, obviously enthusiast magazines are going to cover how different political and social topics affect that enthusiasm. And I think it's completely okay. The problem isn't that they discuss politics. The problem is that they do it in a one-sided way that's inauthentic and inaccurate and biased. That's actually the problem.
Write this because they didn't even actually attribute this to a single writer. They just said this was written by staff. Look at how often they inject the same political opinions into video games where the discussion doesn't even belong. The players do not care about these things. Only they do. And God, are they obsessed with Elon Musk? Elon Musk branded right-wing Karen. Why is Elon Musk lashing out at games for being too woke?
I wonder why.
Elon Musk somehow became the top-ranked Diablo 4 player in between cheerleading for Donald Trump. Then we watch as they unilaterally turn around and start bashing game designers and developers for making decisions that clash with their ideology. When Dragon Quest III designers mentioned that they didn't like the removal of gendered characters in the game's...
Oh my God. I forgot all about this. Holy shit. Yes. So they had an interview with two of these fucking like 60 or 70-year-old Japanese guys.
So apparently the Jeff community hates me now. Because in my last video I said Jeff is a throw pick. Please don't play Jeff. Please don't play Jeff. Oh my God, he's on Jeff. We're throwing. Oh my God, dude. And I'm getting so many comments saying I'm becoming an unsufferable content creator. Like, what did I do? Please don't play Jeff. Please don't play Jeff. Oh yeah, I forgot I said that. Saying I'm a hypocrite because I play Black Widow and I called another character a throw pick. Saying I have double standards and that I'm exposing myself as a hypocrite now. So I'm a hypocritical, unsufferable content creator that is losing subscribers now because I said Jeff is a throw pick. Now I'm getting asked, why do I hate Jeff so much? Well, I'll make a video about that. But for now, like, go to my Twitch chat and type in Jeff. This is what Nightbot says. These pure rage bait comments are just ridiculous, saying that in 2026 we have Jeff hate. Grow up, you clown. Like, what the f? So I guess that I'm defined as a double standard hypocrite, the ego the size of the world, and I have no clue what I'm talking about, and that you guys should go watch other content creators. But there was actually one thing that I did leave out, is that I believe Jeff needs to be deep fried and rolled into a sushi roll so I can consume him because he looks delicious. But on a more serious note, here's what nobody saw. There's zero context to that clip. Every day I'm trying to grind to the max rank, and when you get DPS only Jeff players, game after game after game, not playing the hero the right way, not enabling the team, just ego locking and running it down, it gets a little tiresome, especially when I'm trying to get max rank on Black Widow. But do you want to see what it's like to queue with one of the best sharks in Marvel Rivals? The French shark god himself, Micro. Get him!
Get it up!
Now, me and Micro have only played against each other, and those games have been fun. Bro! You little fucking shark! Get the fuck out of here. But we've never been on the same team until now. But he's a freak on Jeff. I'm watching. And also knows how to bring the party to life, because this guy's hilarious.
Don't move. Come here.
And this was probably the funniest game I've had on Marvel Rivals, because it was just so out of pocket and I couldn't even play properly because he was being a freak on Jeff.
Widow. Widow. I have something to say to you.
Let's say it to me, loud and clear.
You should dive with me. Widow. Come with to dive with me. We dive their back lane together.
W shark.
Yeah, true. Come on now. You know how to do left right. Stop moving. I'll show you.
Loyalty is a
Stop moving. Don't move. Don't move. Come here. Come on. I fucked up.
It happens. It really does.
I slipped, Chief. Getting that fast.
We?
Coming.
Yeah, it's fine. I died.
We kill him.
You're blocked. Oh no. Good shit. Okay. Guys, we might need your help on main.
Yeah, I think we need to go main.
We have a Hella and a Mora, Loki, and a Groot just tearing us down, bro.
Nice. I'm on Hella.
Oh shit, down.
Wait, where? I got the hit marker. Where the fuck did it go? Can I boost me? I'll kill him. Hella.
Focus on the battle. I've got that extra lethal feeling.
I told you.
Okay, do you want me to spawn killer? I can go fast.
Yeah, you gotta stop jumping up there.
Nice,
that's one at least. Oh, break the thing. Goodbye. Wait, no, go back Loki.
I got Groot. W comms.
Yeah, we may have trolled that first few minutes, but we figured it out.
Come here. Zedek, come look here.
Okay, Sharky.
Go Spider-Man.
Jeff, I'm coming! Jeff, get him!
Get it up!
He's one.
Guys, I hold off, guys.
I got him. I'm ulting. I'm going in. I'm going for it. Oh. Nope. I popped.
Luna no freeze.
Luna dead. Loki. Widow one. Widow. Loki left. Loki right. Loki dead. No supports. Hop car. 3 car. We good. 3.
Push point.
I'm pushing it. Go!
Push your baby.
Only 60 seconds left.
Push it, baby, harder.
Keep up the
Oh. What the fuck? It's moving! It's a hairy Jeff!
He's beautiful!
Hulk on the mech.
Nice.
only 60 seconds left.
I got him! I'm waiting to you! Widow, where are you?
I'm on top.
Come back!
I'm up here. Cage. Door. Nice.
I am ready to put on a show.
Widow above. Dead. We gotta get Loki. Loki next. Oh my god, you almost got him. Loki dead. Loki dead. Luna back right. Luna half. Luna 1. Luna dead. No supports. I'm walking.
Wait. Zach, look at that withered body.
I can't see her. Oh my no! Jeff, no! Bro, he's in the corner with the dead body. That's not right. He said, Widow, look at the body. What the fuck is this? Oh no, oh no.
Zach, come here.
I will remain loyal to my friends.
Hey! I'm trying to check something you over here. Rude. Okay, Div.
Loki hurt. Widow. Yeah, get her. Yeah, Sharky.
Alright, look at me.
No. Bro. Nice. They're
He said stop.
Get him, Shark.
Nice.
Oh my goodness.
He trapped himself.
I've got that extra lethal feeling.
He's one. He hurt for one. I'm one. Widow one. Loki one right side. Next to the root. Hello one.
I'm in there.
No, I died.
POV, look at my POV, Derek.
I'm watching. No. Oh my god, it's Jeffrey. Oh fuck. I'm on punny. Nice. Oh my god. Go back to your spot.
Just saying, guys, I killed the name just before and forced result at the same time.
W.
I tried to solo his my ass and he didn't kill me.
Cloak is one.
Plasma burst!
Nice. I'm dead, though. They switched the wolf.
Against the world!
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna port.
I told you he's the only Jeff. Oh! The fuck?
This is the place. Let's go.
Okay.
Oh my god, I messed up the port. I messed it up. No! I clicked it.
It's all good. More kills for us.
Bro.
More kill for... Yeah, we just surrender, guys. Just surrender.
We got this.
You wanna do surrender roulette?
No, it's over. It's over, guys. It's over.
Knocked.
Oh my god, I'm actually trolling. I'm missing easy shots. Oh, anxiety. No, I'm going. I'm gonna get... Nope. Punny dead. Yes, that's two. Wolf dead. I'm aimbot locked in. I'm gonna go for the Hulky. No, not him.
Knocked.
Hey, shoot. Hey, cloak.
Oh shit.
Nice. They have no support ult.
Did I do good extra?
All good.
Wait, X, do you need a...
Oh, Nerve Gaming, thank you for the raid. Thank you for the raid of 6. Hope your stream as well.
Do you need the tactic, Alex? Tell me now.
Do I need? Yes, I do. Oh, throw it in this guy! In this guy! Like our Discord messages! Throw it! Boost me in the sky, man! Just boost me in the sky!
What's that?
The vision was there. The shots weren't.
Knock.
W Oracle.
No exile.
You stop them in their tracks.
Well, look at the hook. Look at the body.
No! Please! No, bro. Why are you making me watch?
I'm not the one.
Oh, they got things.
I'm not the one telling you to watch.
Oh, look at him. Wolf right here in the building behind you guys. Oh my god. Oh my god, nobody saw that. Oh my god, I'm missing. Never mind, I'm joking.
Nice.
On me.
Yo, Banner, put on up the 9.
Ow, I wanted to pull him off the map.
Oh shit, look at my POV. Exact, look at my POV.
Oh my god. Bro. Just did that in front of 500 people.
You know what?
Oh no.
You're going down. down.
No, please, I'm scared of the depths. Please. Oh, I got it! Oh, yes!
Happy to make business with you, sir.
I got it! Oh. Loki won.
Nice.
Clip it, Winter. Yo,
nice!
Fucking Jeff right there on the point. Oh my god, GG. So Micro, I have to add you after this. I have to.
Yeah, no worries. No problem.
Oh my god. Oh my god, that was crazy. That was a crazy.
That was such a W game, bro.
It was. Jeff ate me, looked out off the edge of the map, spit me up in the air, and then I headshot the hella. Please. Oh, I got it! Yeah. No, I joined phase for a second there.
Don't take this personally, but everybody just shut the fuck up. Every single hot button issue that comes up, everybody becomes an expert on. What happened in Minnesota, this woman who is now dead, sadly, she leaves a child and a wife.
I think multiple kids.
And it shouldn't have happened.
Shouldn't happen.
I have a right to comment on this more than 99.9% of all of you. So listen to what I'm fucking saying here.
You can tell just by his accent that he's right.
Why? Because I am the protester. For 35 years, this is what I've been doing.
Yeah.
Thousands of protests, dozens upon dozens of arrests. And the reason I am still here, I don't have stitches